Hey there, Chris Cusimano. This is another episode of the Cusi Corner, our third episode to be exact. And today I went on 2 listing appointments. I got them both, yay, right? But the second listing appointment, it was actually listed with another real estate agent. She had to let him go and she called me and hired me. And she went through a couple things that she had problems with the way that he did the job. And these are very common mistakes that I hear a lot. And again, before I get into it, I'm not knocking any real estate agent or anything like that. I'm not talking like I'm the best thing ever. But these are very valid complaints that I hear all so often. So if you're a real estate agent, maybe you can watch this and make sure you don't fall into the trap of making any of these mistakes. Okay, so the first mistake that she had was that he was hard to reach. So in her mindset, she looked at it this way: if I can't reach him, then other people can't reach him either, right? So there's a missed opportunities there. So be available for your client, because part of our job, not only being available for them, is making sure we don't miss any opportunities, and also being there for a little bit of emotional support, because sometimes they need that, right? Okay, 2, being too much of a salesperson, just being pushy. I'll be the first one to admit, I am not a good salesperson when it comes to selling things per se, right? I don't push things on people. So when I start all of my presentations with every buyer and seller, I say it the same way. I want you to view this as if we were friends at a bar having beers and just having a conversation. And if the conversation goes well, we can go on our second date, right? We can work together, we can make something happen. So I never want to put a client in a situation where I push them into something just to get some business. I just wouldn't sleep well with that mentality. So I'm always upfront and honest. Don't be sales pushy. So just be real and be honest with them. And if you're good at what you do, you won't have to sell them anything, right? Okay, the third one was that he ignored her request. So there were photos in the MLS, there's a description in MLS, and a couple other things that she just didn't like. Now listen, I get a lot of unusual requests sometimes. I wouldn't say a lot, but sometimes I get some unusual requests from sellers that just don't make sense. So if you're hiring a real true professional, they have a good grasp of what's needed to take to sell your property. So sometimes those requests don't make sense, but still they're worth being entertained. And in this case, they should have been entertained because the photos were horrible. They were shot with an iPhone like this, right? So listen to your clients, be a teammate with them, right? And that's something I'll promise to you. If you're not a real estate agent and you're watching this, 100%, we're on a team, we're running on the same track. Okay, and the fourth thing was that he was chronically late. Now listen, everyone's late every now and then. I get that, people get that, but to be chronically late on every single appointment is kind of showing a lack of respect for your client. And that's how they feel. If you're not valuing their time, you're not listening to them, you're hard to reach, and their mind is like, okay, if that's how you are with me, how you are with potential buyers and other buyers and sellers. So that was her 4 main complaints. That's why she let him go. That's why she hired me today. And I'm glad she told me those things. It's not like I do those things anyhow, but I know I'll definitely be conscious of those things moving forward, because those are real valid concerns. Okay, that's it. That's this episode of the Cusi Corner. If you have any questions about anything, or if you want to hire me, which you should, my information is somewhere on the screen below or above, depending if you're watching Facebook or YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, because we do a lot of cool videos, and I'll see you around.